Oregani, Mainduga, Nadada. Peace and hotep to you. Listen, my brothers and sisters, I keep harping on the same thing because I have enough insight to realize that what I'm talking about is important. It might not be important to you as an individual, but it's important to us as an African people. Listen, my brothers and sisters, listen carefully. This is your elder, Abu Amin-Ra. I have your interests at heart. And because I have your interests at heart, I have my interests at heart. And all African people's interests at heart. Listen, my brothers and sisters. Listen, please listen. Listen and hear. He who owns the land and controls the land controls the politics, the social system, the economic system, and the political system. So the ownership and control of land is essential if we are to survive as a people, as an African people in the diaspora, specifically the United States, the Caribbean islands, and South America. Listen, they hold us as captives on a land that they took from others and decimated the others or conquered them culturally, militarily. But my brothers and sisters, listen, we must all first recognize and realize that we're all African people. How come when the Chinese come over to America and become citizens, or the Japanese come to America and become a citizen, or the people from East India, Northeast Africa, that is, come here, the first group is called Chinese. They're not called Chinese Americans. The next group is called Japanese. They're not called Japanese America. The Indians from India are not called Indian Americans. They're called Indians. Why is it then? What's the game? We came from Africa. And they've called us niggers, uncles, coloreds, Negroes, African American, and everything else imaginable but Africans. How come we have changed? How come the best we can be is now African Americans? Now the other groups have a hyphen in their name with America. If they're Chinese, they're Chinese. If they're Japanese, they're Japanese. If they're Indian, they're Indians. Come on now, let's look at this thing and think about what's going on here. See? There's a game going on that keep us divided from one another. African American. We're the only people in the whole Western Hemisphere that's called African Americans. Only black people, African people who are called African Americans. Think about it. What's their motive behind this? Their motive, quite simple, my brothers and sisters, is to cause divisions, to keep us separated from one another. Listen, my brothers and sisters, we must, without any shadow of a doubt, make our struggle for the land, liberation, sovereign land, our own government, our own armies, and produce what we need for ourselves and share the rest with the rest of the world. This is the way it's done. Without land, we're at the mercy of others. We eat when they say we can eat. Listen to me now. We work when they say we can work. Control of our entire lives, productive lives, depends on whether they allow it to come into fruition and realize productivity. So my brothers and sisters, listen, African people out the world. I don't care anybody define it, Marxism, whatever you want to call it, Leninism, incrementalism, whatever you want to call it. Listen, I'm going to simplify our struggle for you and make it plain as day and make it easy for us to come together as a people in unity, in oneness, struggling for the same thing. Now, here's what we have in common, the basic line. We are an oppressed people. Every African throughout the world, you are an oppressed people. You don't control your government, your land. You have leaders, some of you, who think they are in control of the land. A few in West Africa, all the rest are setups, games, colonialism, playing this game. Listen to me. That's why Mugabe is dead. His talk was too real for the colonialist masters. That's what happens when you get that way and are not careful. But my brothers and sisters, listen. We must come together. We must struggle for the land. We must control the land, or we will never control ourselves. Someone else will control us. They are landowners, the producers of the fruits that it takes to keep us alive, the resources we need. So my brothers and sisters, come on, please, think about it. Just think about it. With our own land, we have our own government, our own economic system. You understand? Our own politics. Of course, politics is just politics, but those of an African origin. And then, my brothers and sisters, we must please open up that third eye that's directly in front of that most creative gland in humankind, the pineal gland. Let the pineal gland open for you truth. No ifs, no buts, no howevers. The truth. Either yes or no. We need land. Uhuru. We need land. Mandla. We need land. Liberation. We need land. A luta continua. So let us come together, my brothers and sisters, wherever we are located in the world. Realize this world is our world. Someone just came into the world and took it away from us, my brothers and sisters, but it's still our world. All we got to do, my brothers and sisters, is let that pineal gland work for us. Let it help us think and open our third eye. And we'll realize all black people, the primary enemy is the Europeans. Their primary problem is the landlessness. Now, just because you sit on land and occupy it, you can be a sharecropper or a tenant farmer. He could be sitting on somebody else's property and get up early in the morning and go produce what he needs to better his condition economically. So my brothers and sisters, we have two struggles against two enemies. We have a struggle against the European, the essential European. Check in with your pineal gland. The other enemy we have is our landlessness, which makes us dependent upon others. I have to go out and take what you want that others have created. But we're not like that. We're not like that. We are truly divine beings. You are the righteous ones. You are the moral ones. You are the strongest ones. You are the wisest one. And you will be here long after all differentiations have gone back to where they came from, eternity. But let us come together and give that some enhancement by doing what it takes to survive. And Mother Nature's already assigned that one to you. It is defend yourself, first and foremost, before defending anything else. You must have the will to survive, and we shall survive. I just hope to God I'll be here spiritually, in the spirit, of course, I'll be here. But I just pray to God that it happens sooner than that. I hope it happens immediately. Come on. We must. No questions about it. We must own some land and control it if we think we are in a state of liberation. Once again, y'all, my brothers and my sisters, I hope you understand what I was trying to share with you today. Let's get it together. But first, let's get together. Let's get it together and let us do whatever is necessary for us to accomplish what we will accomplish. Peace and Hotep to you. Mainduga na Dada.